And here we go. So happy March 1st. Welcome to our team call tonight. I don't know if you're like me, but I love a good first of the month, specifically when it falls on a Sunday or a Monday. So this is like, I'm living my best life right now. Also, tonight we're going to talk about training yourself to think, plan like a CEO of your business. So I'm going to get us started, and then Jessica's going to interject with a little bit more of the details of like how to do that. So what I want you to know about first is that at the end of the day, you know this, but you're the CEO of your own business. And I will be honest, I love to be in charge and to lead. I love nothing more than that, but I don't want you as the CEO of your own business to have to think you have to wait for my lead or your diamonds up lead or your star diamonds up lead. Ultimately, this is your business and you can run it in whatever way feels good to you. So not that you ever needed me to say that or you needed that permission, but if you're new here, it's easy to get caught up in like, well, they're doing it like this. I guess that's how I should do it. But you got to look at what works for you. And that's what I want you to take away from this meeting is I'm going to teach you how we create a marketing plan for the month. We're going to teach you the big strategy, and then we're going to pass the ball to you and say, now you go implement for what works for you in your calendar this month. Cool? Sound good? All right, so first things first, at the first of the month, you should have gotten your Coach Insider News. Did everyone receive that in their email? If not, go check your email. That is a great place to start. When you're a diamond and above coach, they send you that like 2 days earlier. So we kind of get a heads up of like what's coming up the pipeline, okay? So if you haven't taken a look at that, that's step one. What is Beachbody telling me, right? So we rep this beautiful brand. They are constantly coming out with new programs for us, but it is our job to take the information that they're giving us, look at also the coach breaking news in your coach online office, what's coming up. So anybody know what's coming up in the month of March? 10 rounds, yes. So 10 rounds is a new program with Joel Freeman. He's awesome, totally one of my top trainers. I don't know, it's a tie between him and Elise. I love them both so much, but Joel is amazing. He's coming out with the 10 rounds program. It is debuting in March. So here's what I did. I knew that was happening. I went to the Beachbody website, searched the FAQs, frequently asked questions. Literally, actually, I think I Googled 10 rounds FAQ Beachbody. That's what I did. I looked up and then I wrote down all the important dates. It's in a sticky on top of my computer. Okay, so I just want to let you know that's how I'm getting the information for you tonight, but I want to teach you how I got it so that you can do it too. So what do we need to know? March 9th will be the sample workout will be available for anyone to try this sample workout for 10 rounds. So go ahead, put that in your calendar, March 9th, be excited. That is a great time no matter what program you're doing. I like to take that day that it launches to maybe pause the program I'm doing, try the sample workout video, share, talk about your feedback, and kind of so that you can have an idea of like what is this program all going to be all about. Because I haven't personally tried it. I don't know what it's going to be like. I see that it's boxing. I've seen the little sample preview that Beachbody has shown, but I don't really know what it's going to be like yet. Okay. The next thing that you need to know is that March 16th, so mid-month, is when us as coaches have access to purchase it, right? So coaches are able to purchase. That also means if you have somebody who's really excited, you think 10 rounds would be perfect for them, you can say, hey, you have an exclusive window to start the program early on March 16th if you sign up as a coach with me. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to do what I do as a coach, but if you want to get that exclusivity, sign up with me on the 16th. Then you're going to get 2 prep workouts. When you sign up, there's going to be 2 prep workouts to kind of get you in the ball rolling of what that looks like. And you're going to get all the program materials in week 1 of workouts. Okay, so March 16th, you're going to get the full week of workouts. Then every Friday after that week of March 16th, they're dropping the next 5, the next 5, the next 5. Also, it's a 6-week program. I love good 6 weeks. I think that's like the perfect amount of time. 6 weeks, 5 workouts a week, 30 to 40 minutes tops, okay? So that's what you need to know about that program. How I found it, just went to the FAQs. So again, I kind of just wrote down a sticky note. If you want to go get more on that, go check out the FAQs. Literally, it's all written there for you so you can kind of see. Excited to try that sample workout. Okay, and then after the, when is it? Oh, I don't even think I have it right. I don't even know. I need to go back and check and see when it's available for customers. Does anybody know when it's available for customers to purchase? No? Okay, so we have our homework. I apparently didn't write that down in the FAQs. I know it's there. If you know it, put it in the chat. But that's really what I wanted to tell you for April 6th. April 6th, thank you, Teresa. April 6th is available for just regular customers to buy the VIP early access. Okay, so you have to get that digital access if you want it on your Beachbody On Demand because it won't show up for another six months. So April 6th, thank you for that. Okay. So that's what I want you to know, like what's coming up in March. That's a big thing. Launches are huge. We'll be talking more about the launch probably in the next week or so that you know like how I plan to launch it. Again, take it or leave it, but I'm going to show you like what I'm planning to do to promote this new program. The next thing I want you to take a look at is if you have your calendar, I got this big old calendar behind me that's all of 2020 because I'm such a visual person. I like to see in advance. I like to have start dates of my new challenge groups, boot camps, virtual wellness club, whatever you want to call them, start the third Monday of the month. That just really works for me. I like to promote the first 2 weeks. So March 16th is the start date for our Lean Life Method that Jessica and I do. Now you'll notice we call ours the Lean Life Method. That's just something we're branding to ourselves, something I know that Genevieve has Slay Babe Gang. I know that Rachel has like Happy Healthy Fit. Like everyone has their own group. Cool. Call it what you want. Again, what works for you? What do you like? What do you vibe with? What would intrigue you to want to join? But we start ours March 16th. So that's what we have going on there. We'll also have a new coach mentorship training that we are pairing up with another coach and running that March 16th too. So I know for me, the first 2 weeks of this month are going to be like going really, really hard. That's also March 16th is spring break for me and my kids. And I know that week will just be like crazy hectic. So I'm trying to really go hard looking at my month. Really go hard those first 2 weeks because I know that spring break week is going to be like, I won't be able to be like behind the scenes, inviting, connecting, doing as much as when my kids are in school. So I'm looking at my calendar, my schedule, what's going to be heavy in my life, and I'm trying to rearrange from that. So I know I have a new coach training and a challenge group starting on the 16th. That means I got to backtrack it, reverse engineer. I know that it usually takes about a week for somebody to order and the products to get delivered in time. So if I want somebody to start with me with a full package, they'll have their Shakeology, they'll have their equipment, they'll have everything they need. I know like the last possible date for them to order, well, not last possible, they could always rush it, but ultimately it's that Monday previous, which is March 9th. So again, I'm promoting heavily, I'm inviting, I'm following up, connecting with people really heavily from now until the 9th, because the 9th I want to be like, you should hurry up and purchase now if you really want to start with everybody on the 16th. Now I know I will have some stragglers who end up purchasing on like the 13th. It just always happens that way. And I just let them know that's totally cool. Just know you can either rush your product or just know you might not have your Shakeology when you start, and that's okay too. But that's like the thought process as I'm looking at the full month. Okay, does that make sense? Any questions on that? Let me see in the chat if I saw anything. Oh, okay. Okay, hey Margaret, did she come to join us? Jess, do you want to talk anything else about that? I just wanted to kind of give you an idea like what my brain does at the beginning of the month. I look what I have coming up, I look at my start dates, I reverse engineer, and then I also look at my personal calendar. I know for a lot of you who are going to Punta Cana, you know that for you also, you're probably not going to be doing a whole lot of work in Punta Cana. So if I were you, I would hustle really hard so that when you go and you can enjoy that vacation that you earned, you can fully enjoy it and not be like stressed having to like get some work done on the trip. Cool? Any other questions on that? Jess, I'm going to turn it over to you then.
Okay, so now that you kind of see and you can map out your months, and as you're planning as well, which Raquel says, you know, we look at the month, but we really try to forecast a bit longer. So we try to look at it for at least a quarter chunk of time. So we try to look at it for at least 3 months at a time, because we'll try to kind of fold and evolve and figure out, okay, when are we trying to focus on something that is more coach specific, like this coach mentorship that we're speaking about, versus a challenge group invite. And then if we're thinking about, okay, if we have this coach mentorship, what are we going to have coming up for those new coaches to be able to invite to for themselves to get them started and excited? So we try to looking at the direct next 30 days, but also folding it into what does your next quarter look like? How are you folding it in? So that you have kind of a plan of attack and you don't always feel like you're flying by the seat of your pants and you don't know what you're inviting to. Because I feel like the biggest stop to inviting is when you don't have a very clear picture of what you're inviting to and you don't know what you're going to do with those people if they do say.
Did she cut out? Can y'all hear her or is it just me?
No, she cut out.
Jess, I love you, but no one can hear you. And she's just going hard.
Yeah.
Okay, hopefully she'll come back. Okay, so I'll just pick up where she left off. Once you know what you're heavily inviting to, then you also reverse engineer and say, okay, well, what's my focus this week? Okay, so for you, if you know I have a challenge group starting on the 9th or the 16th, okay, so then that means you're going to look at this week and be like, okay, I'm going to heavily be focusing about my boot camp, my challenge group, whatever you call it, my lean life method, whatever you're calling it. And I'm going to really look at this week, and that's what we're going to challenge you to do it just a little bit. What am I talking about? What am I talking about in my post, right? So you know you're probably going to have a daily post every single day. What am I talking about? And then also, what am I going to talk about in my stories? So for instance, Sunday evening, if you haven't done a post yet, Sunday evening, everyone is on their phones in the evening. It's like, oh, everyone wants to kind of just shut off the thought that they have to go to work tomorrow, whatever. Touch on a pain point or really grab somebody's attention. So that would be great for a transformation. That would be great inviting to the business. That would be great inviting to your boot camp. Touch on that. Sunday nights are great for that, right? So if you haven't done that yet, maybe go and look. We can also share, we have some templates that we made that we did in the fall of like challenge group focus week. I post ideas to get the wheels turning. But then Monday, since you came out hard with like a pain point or like a call to action invite, I like to make Monday a little bit more fluffier, right? I know that if I come out, I just talked about the business. I just posted right now. Go love on it for me, please. Go love on it about inviting to the business. So then I know on Monday, I'm going to make it a little bit more lighter, right? To get with the algorithm, hopefully get some more likes going, things like that. So maybe I'm going to give a tip or Monday motivation or Monday mindset or something helpful that provides value to my audience. Tuesday, I love a good Transformation Tuesday, especially if I'm inviting to a boot camp. We posted a ton of transformations in Team VIP Family. Literally, I'm just like in awe of all that we're accomplishing. Like, oh, I love seeing our team's transformations. Share 1 or 2 or 3 of those in your stories or in your post this week. And talk about like my coach on my team, like we do this together, like share a little bit about their story and where they are in life. I like to go after women in my target market. So I will probably go through Team VIP Family and figure out who's a mom, who's a busy working mom. Boom, I'm going to pull her post and I'm going to share it and talk about how she's a busy working mom, but she's able to fit this in. Okay. And then Wednesday, maybe adding again another value post. Don't stress about value. All I think about that is value is, am I going to make them smile? Am I going to entertain, educate, or inspire? Right? Sometimes it's just a funny quote that makes me laugh. And I'm like, ha ha ha, I'm going to share it with you. And that's providing value, right? Don't overthink it. And then Thursday, I might also, touch on a pain point that somebody has. I love on Thursdays to really, I think Thursdays are great. We get paid. It's a business. We talk a new Beachbody Week, talking about the business, right? Something like that. So I'll give you some more examples. I'll share with you some of the social media action plans that we have that you can look at that. But ultimately, what I want you to think about is you have 3 buckets of content. I have a picture. I should have shown this. But basically, you have 3 buckets of content. When I'm creating content, I think about who is my ideal audience? Who are they right now? Right? Who are they right now? I'll just talk about, I go back and thinking about that mom that was me, that, I kind of have a few different people, that working woman who is busy and is always rushing her kids out the door and trying to take care of everyone else. And sometimes she doesn't have enough energy. She wakes up tired and she goes to bed exhausted. That was me, right? The other part of me that sometimes I share too was that I was also the over-exerciser, the calorie counter, the person who was never happy with how she looked in the mirror. It was never enough. And I literally almost like just worked myself to the bone to look a certain way. And it has been so refreshing to literally work out 30 minutes a day. Like, what? I eat so much more than I ever used to. So I'm talking to that person, where are they now? And really, I'm talking about where I used to be. Like, I'm touching on where she is, what are her struggles. And then I talk about their goals. Who do they want to be? Like, who do they want to be? I didn't want to be the mom that woke up tired and went to bed exhausted. I didn't want to be the mom that felt like I couldn't provide for my kids because we were literally living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't want to be like, no, vacation, we don't have money in the budget for vacation this year. We're going to do like a staycation. Like, I didn't want to be that mom. I wanted to be able to give my kids experiences. I wanted to be able to travel with them. So talking about those things about, okay, we talked about who they are. We talk about, well, what are their goals? Who do they want to be? What do they want out of life? That's also a content bucket. And the last one is, how can Beachbody, how can what I offer solve those problems, right? So again, we're talking about the fitness part. I was working out for an hour and a half a day. I was counting every morsel. I was never happy with how I looked. How does this solve the problem? I'm going to take the confusion out. You're going to work out less. You're going to eat more, and you're going to feel amazing and get results, guaranteed. And you can still have carbs and wine, winning, right? So that's how I'm going to solve it. For the other part, like, wouldn't it be nice to be able to pay off your student loan debt? Wouldn't it be nice to take your kids on a vacation, earning a side income that you can like put away in a travel fund? When I got to take my daughter and my kids to Disney World, like, that was such an awesome thing that wouldn't have been possible without Beachbody. So I talk about, like, how is what I offer going to solve that problem for my ideal customer? So again, just to be thinking about, who am I speaking to? Where are they now? Where do they want to be? What are their goals? And how can what I'm offering solve that problem or be a solution in their life? Okay. Really, it comes down to those three things. Okay. I can share this picture with you. It's just like a little Venn diagram of, like, when I'm creating content, I'm trying to think of that. Okay. Okay. Did Jessica ever come back, or did we just completely lose her altogether?
No, I have recovered.
Okay. Let's stop talking. There you are. Go ahead.
We had our internet guy come out this week. They're supposed to be fixing it, but every freaking time, Sundays at 9 apparently is not. Anyway, so yes, all the things. Thank you for covering all of that. But here's another thing I want you to really be strategic about. Look at your business week and your week for when are you working your business? When are you sitting down to actually have time to go through, look at your story views, invite off of the content that you've been creating, because it does you no good to do this bomb content and to invite to your group, to invite to coaching, to talk about the opportunity. You know, when you just feel really good about the content that you're putting up because you well planned it out, if you're not going back 24 hours later and inviting off that content, you've lost it. And you've kind of lost that opportunity. And then you go, okay, it's time for me to invite. And then you look on your stories for the previous day, and all you've talked about is rainbow and glitter and dogs in the park. That's hard to invite off a challenge. You want to be able to say, hey, girl, I saw you, thanks so much for the love of my stories. I, was so excited about all the transformations on my team, or whether it was you were talking about coaching or challenging, you can refer what it was you were talking to in your stories. If all you have is fluff on your stories during your prime invite time, it's very hard to get traction going in your business, and it's very hard to get excited about that work hour. So just plan out. If I know my best work time is Tuesdays at 4:00 between X and Y, then I'm going to make sure Mondays all day I'm really conscious about what I'm putting on my stories, because I know Tuesdays at 4:00 I have a really strong invite time. I have a big block of time where I can work, and I'm going to pump out a bunch of invites from the content I put on my stories on Monday. I hope that wasn't confusing. Did that make sense? Or did I just totally talk in a web of lies? Also, pay attention to the way social media is rolling. I don't feel like when I put a big old hard invite out on social media on the storefront, it kind of falls flat and it kind of doesn't have a lot of energy. Most of where you're seeing social media trend to is a lot of the inviting is through stories. It's behind the scenes. It's on the day to day. It's in your poll clicks. It's on your slides. It's you talking strongly in your stories, and then you reaching out to those people individually, and more doing those breadcrumbs and lifestyle and exciting posts, adding more value on your storefront content. So what can you provide those people in those little pictures as value? And then you're talking more, being more real and inviting on the inside in your stories, inside your store, if you will. So think of your social media, your content, your Instagram feed, your Facebook feed. That is your storefront. That is your ads. That's what people are seeing when they're walking down the street. when they get into the store is when they're actually physically talking to you. They're hearing your heart. They're hearing what's going on. And that's when you can really pull them in and get them excited about either the coaching opportunity or the challenge group, whatever fits them both or most right now. So I want to take the last couple of minutes, get out your notebook, your calendar, whatever it is that you're doing, and map out this next week. And I want you to just map out your story content. When are you talking strongly about what you can invite to? When does it align with your business hours? Map that out so that you know, okay, Tuesdays, I have a big block of time I can work. Mondays, I'm going to talk about XYZ. On Wednesday, I only say this because I know Leanne has like a super crazy Wednesday with her work life and church life. And so she probably doesn't spend a lot of time working on Beachbody. So then on Tuesday, make it more valuable content, but not necessarily content that you would need to invite to. So something that you're just pouring into people in your stories on Tuesday, because I know Wednesday from sun up to sundown, Leanne's too busy to work. But on Wednesday, she might, in those pockets of her time, she doesn't have time to focus and sit down and invite off her business. But when she's in between things, she's talking about coaching. She's talking about this group. She's showing those transformations, because come Thursday, she's going to have more time to invite. So just being strategic in where you're putting your content, why you're putting it there, and make sure you know what you're going to be inviting off of when you schedule out those work blocks. So put those in your calendar right now from Monday the 2nd through March the 8th. And then any questions that you have about any of the stuff that we chatted about, you can put in the chat box, or you can unmute while we're doing this, and you can ask that now too.
As you're just like thinking about your content for the day, I just want to ask, show of hands, literally no judgment, because I'll be honest, I don't always do this. How many of you would say you like plan out your overall week content? Or if you're like, shoot, I got to get up a post, or ooh, I got to make a story, and you're just like winging it. Who would say like I plan it out consistently? Yeah. Ish. Okay. No, again, no judgment. I will be the first to tell you, some weeks when I plan it out, man, it feels like it flows, it goes, it makes my life 1,000 times easier. It's kind of like meal prep. Like when I meal prep for the week, I'm so thankful that I did it, just taking the time to do it. And when I wing it, it makes sitting down to work feel hard. Like Jessica was saying, it's like, well, crap. I don't know what I talked about on my stories yesterday, but there's nothing really that I can see who watched it and like start a conversation with them. So it makes it harder. So that's why we want to encourage you. Again, I'm not perfect at this by any means, but looking at your week, when are you going to be able to sit down and work, and then really just being strategic on what you're providing each and every day. And also because I'll be honest too, I can get kind of monotonous. It's like, same shit, different day, right? Like, oh, I don't, you know what I mean? Like where if I were to like sit down and be like, hey, well, what am I going to talk about today? That's a little bit different from yesterday. Like how can I show up differently, still sharing my workouts, still sharing my food, but share it in a different way. Talking about the food I'm eating differently, or talking about my group a little bit differently, right, so that it piques people's interest, where they want to keep coming back to my page, where they want to keep watching my stories, and not like, there goes Raquel again, doing the same thing every single day. I don't need to watch her, right? I want them coming back because they know, like, yes, you're going to see me working out. Yes, you're going to see my energize. Yes, you're going to see me talking about the business or coaching or some way, but I'm going to try to be creative in the ways that I do that throughout the week. Cool. Okay, let me check the chat. Yes, that's a great one, Ashley. I'm trying to plan, but I'm not great at following through. Yeah, I'm always working on that follow-through muscle too. Trust and believe. Yes, winging it honestly makes it a lot harder. Like I'm saying, you don't have to necessarily go out and know exactly what your post is going to be for every day, but at least have an idea of like, okay, Tuesday transformation, Wednesday I'm gonna, share something of value, a tip that I learned, a beauty tip, or I'm gonna share food if food is your thing, or I'm a teacher, I'm gonna share something about like teaching, cool things that I'm doing. Um, Good, Angela. I didn't even think you were going to be on this call, but I'm glad that you're here. I love strategy too. Working smarter, not harder. Planning my week. Yes. Oh, absolutely, Megan. Thank you for bringing this up. I try to plan a few of a post around my life. Thank you. That's so good too, because I sometimes also forget, and Genevieve thankfully reminds me that I also need to remember to use social media like a normal human being, right? Like I sometimes get so stuck in like, oh, I'm gonna have value here and I'm gonna invite here. And it's like, yes, but also share your life, right? Like share about, like you said, birthdays, what you're doing. If you're going on a date night, like use social media like a normal person would just normally share their life. That is such a good tip. Thank you, Megan, for reminding us all of that. To sprinkle in just normal, regular, fun things too. If like watching The Bachelor is your thing, maybe you jump on that train. I don't watch that show, but if I did, I know a lot of
But
people.
man, it's a cult. It's a cult.
It is. Yes, the Chic Influencer Planner. I have not bought that. I know Rachel Johnstone has. And that's very good about helping you be strategic with your content. We talked about this, I think, last week, maybe, is their podcast, Making Chic Happen. That's their podcast, and they talk really a lot about strategy and social media and how things are constantly evolving and changing. So I think that would be a great one for you to listen to while getting ready in the morning, while on your commute, just learning as best you can, all that you can. That is a great podcast. And Lisa Rice does make a great planner. Yeah, having a planner and being organized just helps in all areas. But following through, sometimes I struggle on that.
Okay, any last questions before we let Rachel do our shout outs? Because we are almost at our 9 p.m.
I don't think Rachel's on tonight, but I can just do a real quick.
Oh, I can see nothing on my phone. Okay.
Okay. Let me just quickly share a big congrats to everyone who achieved Success Club this month. Laura Simon leading the way. Great job, girlfriend. 18 points. Jessica Warren at 16. Rachel, Chelsea, yes. Genevieve, myself, all at 10. Shauna, Caitlin, Brittany, Angela, Leah, Kathleen, Caitlin at 8. Jackie, Kristen, Crystal, Abby, Jessica, Jordan, and Megan Fox Al at 6, achieving Success Club. Congrats, you guys. And then we also have Team Cup. Overall points, Slay to Win with 36. Legendary Leaders, what? That's my team at 30. Team Joy Dynasty, 28. Dynamic Divas, 24. Nacho Average Squad, 22. Team Sunshine, 22. Grace and Change, 16. Team Fitish, 28. VIP Rising Stars, 12. Team Passion and Purpose, 18. So congrats to everyone for February, for making it happen. Hopefully you built momentum in your business. This business is based on momentum. And so if you felt like you got in a good rhythm for February, keep going. Like I just said, like planning things out makes your life easier. When you continue the activities, it makes your life easier. When you take a step back and then you try to jump back in, it just makes this business feel hard. So if you're building that momentum, you felt like, ooh, I got in a good rhythm of doing my power hour, of sending invites and connecting, keep it going. And if you're like, I struggled in February, well, good, because now it's March 1st. It's a fresh start. So what happened then doesn't matter. We all start at 0 on March 1st. We're all in the same spot, right? So let's build that momentum now. Okay, cool. Any other things that we want to talk about real quick that I missed? Jess, I don't know where you are. I lost you again.
No, I think we are good to go. If you did not get your week planned and you didn't have time to really strategize, please take the next couple of minutes after this and map it out. I promise you're going to feel better in your business. You'll feel less stressed, more productive, and that's going to lead to better conversations. And remember this business, if you did not watch National Wake Up Call with Michael Folsom this week, go back and watch it. It was great, and it talks a lot about the conversation piece, which leads from the marketing plan into your actual business action hour, how you're talking to people and inviting without it feeling weird.
I have one question. Is anyone
Yeah.
doing a 10 rounds launch group on this call?
Leslie was in the test group, but I don't think she's on the call tonight.
Is anyone thinking about doing like a group launching 10 rounds or anything? We can talk about it next week, maybe.
Honestly, I haven't even wrapped my mind around it.
We can put
I was just wondering if anyone else had thought about it, and I was just curious to know from all 36 of us ladies who's been thinking about it. Ooh, Caitlin has.
Stephanie Steele, nice.
Cool. But yeah, doing some type of group like to promote it to people or whatever. So I don't know if we can all think about it this week and bring our heads together and the team page or whatever to develop something would be cool.
Yeah, I like that idea. So be thinking, we'll come back to that. Yes, there is a GSD call. We haven't sent the link out. So if you did your actions and outcomes tracker from this previous week, if you put in all your info, I just linked the Zoom link right there. If you don't have it, reach out to Star Diamond Upline. We'll make sure that you're on it, but we're going to close down this call and reopen the GSD call for those of us that did the actions and outcomes tracker. Ooh, yes, Angela, share Angela, I forgot to tell you, was actually did the workout today in Philly because they're doing that like going around the country. So Angela, feel free to post anything in Team Dragon Family of like pictures or whatever, or we would love to know your feedback. I think you're the only one who's actually done one of the workouts. So we would love to hear that. Awesome. Thank you. Very, very cool. Yes, Stephanie, that's great, helpful too. Joel's going to be on the Team Beachbody 411 page next Tuesday. Definitely planning on listening for more information on 10 rounds. Thank you for that. That's a helpful tip. I didn't know that either. Yay. Awesome. All right. Thank y'all so much. Take time to go plan out what you're going to post this week, and we'll see you on social media. Bye, y'all.